Good morning!
Shaq, 17 blocks for Riley, you had one. That's got to make you...
God loves you.
Did at first. Then I realized hating on Riley's superior game doesn't make my game any better, so guess I have to work harder, step up to his level. That's what great players do. They bring the best out of everyone on the team.
Today is the day we've been waiting for. Today we're mixing the NBA with our favorite superstars. It's going to be a good day. We got the main man Shaquille O'Neal up first, standing 7 feet tall and 1 inch and weighing 315 pounds going into the league.
With the deflection against Shaq. Oh, the break. What an incredible block.
DeMar throwing his body in the mark right there. LeBron, no, LaMelo. LeBron's got a high ball around these two. Here comes Michael Jordan. Why?
Now, these things are just my opinions. Please don't get upset with me if I'm saying things you don't agree with. Just leave a comment in the comments box. But be respectful or I will tell your mama. But for real, I would love to know your take on this topic. And one more thing, if you definitely want to support me in any type of way, or if this is your type of jazz, please hit that like, that follow, that subscribe. But only if you want to. I definitely appreciate any support of any kind. Now, for the people who don't know Shaq, this guy came into the league and he was a monster. I mean a monster, just bodying older men. Like, it was no problem at all for him. The closest I can think of this for people who just started watching basketball is probably Zion Williamson. But try to think Zion Williams times 3 though. And this man came into the league and was just breaking backboards and just destroying people. Shaq had a chip on his shoulder, and this was back in the day when the center position was crucial to the flow of any team. Not saying that the center position is not in today's basketball, but nowadays you can get things done without focusing so much on the center. This is the day and the age of the guard ball, where the shooting guard and point guard are seen as much more crucial. And most other positions must have a mini skill set of a guard. Back then, centers were how the offense found its flow and everything resolved around them. And there was no one quite like Shaq. I think the biggest thing for me was when Shaq played with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers. I wasn't there for it, but from what I've heard, you really got to see more than just the dominating side of them. You got to see what their personalities probably were really like. And I think both him and Kobe did not like to lose. I think they had big egos. Not for the worse, but for the better. Something I love about Shaq is his shoutful nature. This can be him simply making jokes or getting upset and kind of having a tantrum. We could see a lot of that first part during Shaq's ESPN short show, Shaq and a Fool. Unfortunately, we could see a lot of the second part of that. I remember Shaq going into and getting into things with JaVale McGee because of something Shaq had said on the segment Shaq and a Fool. And we got to see the immature, childish side of Shaq. And this is just my opinion, but yeah, I like Shaq. But those things definitely got out of hand. He was low-key roasting JaVale, who was trying to mind his own business until he couldn't take it anymore. The two of them got into it over Twitter, where F-bombs were thrown, and there was a lot of threatening of physical violence on Shaq's end. Both of their moms had to get involved to put a stop to this. Yes, I said it. Two 30-plus-year-old men mothers had to break up a beef. And so, the superhero I think reminds me so much of Shaq is...
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Banner. Hey, Banner.
No banner, only Hulk.
the Hulk. The Hulk definitely is a beast among men. I mean, you watch any of the MCU movies, you'd probably agree. The biggest moment I remember is when someone said, "Oh, you got a god? We have a Hulk." I don't want to say Hulk trumps Norse god, but I mean, if this was rock, paper, scissors, it surely seems that would be the way. I want to point out that I'm not talking about Bruce Banner, I'm just talking about the Hulk. But yeah, man, the Hulk. The Hulk doesn't like to lose. He also has a big ego and is childish. I don't know if you've ever seen Ragnarok, that fight with Thor. He took that personally. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. If you agree with this, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Who does Shaq most remind you of? Don't forget to come back next week. Next week, we'll be doing a deep dive into Stephen Curry and who he most reminds me of. Anyway, peace.
Bam, she's that Kazam. Do it.
Really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always angry.